Hello Bowie, nice of you to join the video today. I'm sure all the boys miss your gorgeous face, hey? Okay, boys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back. First of all, I just want to apologize because it has been almost a month, if not a month, since the last update on the car. And I'm really sorry because this has been a bit of a debacle that I've been going through and it sucks. So I'm gonna give you an update in today's video, but also I wanted to make this video mainly to say thanks for all your patience and for waiting so long between videos. So I'm going to also do a wheel reveal and a bit of an unboxing, and we'll talk about the wheels that I have purchased for the BRZ. So yeah, we'll go through that just in a little bit, but just first of all, I wanted to give you guys an update on what's been happening so far. So if you are new here, my name's Locke. I make videos on my Subaru BRZ, and it's been a little while since we've made a video because we purchased some coilovers. They started clunking, making some horrible noises, and we've been just going through the process of trying to figure out, well, what's happening, why is it clunking, and also trying to go through some sort of warranty process with the manufacturer. Yeah, that's kind of what's been going on, and I want to make this video, of course, to explain a little bit. So let's get stuck into that first. And of course, make sure you hit that subscribe button and like the video. Helps with all the YouTube algorithm stuff. I'm sure I've been out of the loop lately, so it really does mean a lot if you do hit the like button. Now also, let me know in the comment section below if you like the new wheels for the BRZ, because I certainly love them and I cannot wait to put them on. So let me know what wheels you've gotten for your BRZ and if you like mine. Okay, let's have an update. Obviously, if you've been watching my previous videos, I installed some Silver's Neo Max S coilovers. I installed these, took me the day. Obviously, I've got a video on it, and I noticed at the end, after going for a drive, that I had some clunking noises when I went over bumps, speed bumps, divots, driveways, all that kind of stuff. Anything that's gonna give you a bit of compression. I noticed some clunking, and it was pretty nasty, and it sounded a little bit like this. Yeah, so not great. It really ruins the ride and it's very noticeable. So it's not something that you can easily ignore. Now I went down the route of trying to contact manufacturer, ask just what the heck is going on, sent them videos, sent them photos, showed them, photos of my setup, how I did it, all the bolts, all that kind of stuff, just to basically give some evidence to them as to I've installed it correctly. And basically that wasn't good enough. So I went to a mechanic and I got them to put the car up on the hoist, which they did. They had a look at it for an hour and basically couldn't determine that there was anything wrong with my install. So obviously that gave me peace of mind to then go back to the manufacturer and say, hey, I believe that these coilovers are faulty. Can we please start a refund process? This time around, I decided to have a professional mechanic fit the coilovers instead of myself. Just to really help with warranty in case this happened again, because I had a funny feeling that it could possibly be from the same batch and have possibly the same manufacturing defect. I'm not sure, but I just had a hunch. So what I did is I had a mechanic install them the other week, and well, severe disappointment, boys. The exact same thing happened, the exact same clunking from the rears, very predominantly loud in the rears, but still clunking in the fronts as well, but definitely not anywhere near as loud as the rears. So you mainly heard it coming from the rear. And again, we checked all the bolts, we had a look at the spring, all the collars, everything had been done up correctly. And there was no rubbing, no touching, sway bar end links were fine. Everything was good, okay? Trust me, everything was good. So at this point, it's getting a little ridiculous. And I've actually had someone reach out to me on Instagram stating that they've had the same problem. So we've kind of been collaborating and emailing back and forth with the manufacturer to get a refund. We're gonna move on from this coilover situation. I'm going to purchase different coilovers. I'm not gonna go with the silvers. So that's pretty much what's been happening, fellas. And that's why it's taken so long to put out a video, because I've been back and forth, emailing, trying to get a refund, and it hasn't been a fun process at all. It's been very difficult, and that's why it's taken so long. But because you guys have stuck around and you've watched this video this far, we're gonna do a wheel reveal for the BRZ. So let's get started with the wheel reveal. Okay, that's the last one. Now, I will tell you that these have been waiting inside my house for about 4 months now. I ordered these from Japan and they got here in plenty of time, so they've just been sitting all pretty inside their boxes, waiting to come out. And honestly, I'm excited I get to show you guys, because I love these wheels and I think they're gonna look so good with the car, especially on the red. It's gonna absolutely pop. Now, I will tell you one thing. They're not TE37s, okay? I'm sorry, I know TE37s look so good. They are the granddaddy of the wheel game. But A, I cannot afford $4,000 wheels right now. And B, every man and their dog is putting TE37s on. So let's reveal what we have in the box. Okay, well, would you look at this, eh? Fellas, let me introduce you to the AME Tracer TM02s. So, a little bit about the AME Tracer TM02. This is an 18 by 9.5 wide with a plus 38 offset. The color is a hyper silver, so it is absolutely going to pop on the red of the BRZ. And it is a forged single piece wheel from Japan. They're a pretty lightweight wheel. I think they're slightly heavier than the stocks, but of course, just remember these are a 9.5 wide. The stocks, I believe, are a 7.5 wide. So you get a bit more meat on for less. It's good bang for buck, of course. And this is a wheel that I'm going to be utilizing for a daily drive. Something I, take to and from work. It's not going to be a track orientated wheel. So yeah, these are obviously going to be my daily driven wheels, and we're going to fit some tires onto those. So I'll show you the tires shortly. But yeah, no, it's a beautiful wheel and I'm really happy with the purchase. I'm glad I went the hyper silver. Just quickly as well, I did get some AME center caps for the wheels as well, because you know what really grinds my gears is when people buy wheels and they leave no center caps, because and then you can see the bolt and it just looks gross. So I got some special AME center caps, you can see right there, very cool. So that's going to match. Obviously it's going to sit in there, it's going to match. You're not going to be able to see that bolt and it's not going to look gross. These were also expensive. These were like 150 bucks. So, but is what it is. Along with that, I've also bought some hub-centric rings as well. So these are going to be an adapter for the hub, obviously because the hub of the BRZ is about 56 millimeters, and I think this is a 60.1, something around that. So there's going to be a little bit of change, and hence why we get the hub-centric rings, and they just sit in there when you bolt your wheels on. So definitely important to consider hub-centric rings when you are purchasing wheels for your car. Make sure it all lines up beautifully, and you're not going to get any noise or any problems at high speed. Okay, so what tires are we putting on these bad boys? Now, I'm gonna be straight to the point and honest with you fellas. I have bought some cheapies, okay? And I've done this for a reason. These are PowerTrack Racing Pros, okay? Now, the tread profile sort of reminds me of the Michelin Pilot Sports, but I'm sure this is gonna be nowhere near as good. I purchased these in a 245/35 profile, and that is going to match the speedometer fairly accurately. I think we're just gonna be a little bit out, but that's gonna be the best profile. They were very cheap. They were about $100 a tire, which is a quarter of the price of a Michelin Pilot Sport. They're about $400 and something at the moment. And the reason I did this is because I think I'm gonna have to do a little bit of experimentation with the camber and a bit of experimentation with the height, and possibly a little bit of cutting of the rear fender underneath that little aero tab. So if I make a mistake and I haven't cut something properly and I do go over a bump and I stuff the tire up, then I've only lost $100, and I'd kind of rather have these as a bit of an experimental tire to kind of determine my height, my camber settings and all that for a daily driver. And then once I'm happy with that and I'm not destroying the tire, then I can obviously upgrade to something a lot better. I did do a little bit of research and I did find that there were some good reviews for these in the dry, that they're fairly decent, have some decent grip in the dry weather, which is great because we mainly have dry weather here in Australia. But I have a feeling that in the wet, they're not going to be great. And I don't expect them to be great. They're a $100 tire. It should be a good fit, and I've seen a lot of people online do the 245 on the 9.5 inch wheel, and I think it's going to be a good fit, especially for our little experimentation phase. So yeah, I'm excited to get these fitted. Of course, once we sort out our coilover issue, and I will be taking you boys along with me. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed that wheel reveal. And yeah, if you've got any questions, comment section down below. You can also DM me on Instagram, and I usually respond pretty quickly there as well. Okay, so yeah, that's the wheel reveal and that's the tire reveal. If you've got any questions, please let me know in the comment section down below. Happy to help anyone else out. And of course, I'll be taking you boys along with me when I do get these fitted. And of course, I'm gonna be doing it all myself. I won't be fitting the tires myself, of course, but for actually fitting the wheels on the car and adjusting height, camber, and making some possible adjustments and some cuts to the rear fender underneath that little aero tab. I'll be showing that whole entire process, so stay tuned. But yeah, just wanted to also just say, yeah, thank you for watching, and I appreciate your patience. So I'm hoping that you enjoyed the wheel reveal, and yeah, I'm just really excited to get this whole coilover situation sorted. So fingers crossed I get a refund very soon. I can take my suspension off, ship both sets back to the manufacturer, get my refund, and go with another coilover from a completely different manufacturer. Probably going to spend a bit more money this time and get something that's kind of more local, more made in Australia. So if I have issues with warranty and all that, I can just drive down to the workshop and speak to the boys. So I think that's the way we're going to go. Of course, if I've got any more updates, I'll let you fellas know. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks, boys.